Hello, my name's Simon Cade and this is DSLR Guide. Today I'm going to be talking about this microphone right here, in the second week of the audio section. So I'm just going to be going over why you might want to buy this microphone, what it does, and my opinion. So I'll start with the basic functionality of it. Basically it takes a 9-volt battery, and what you do once you put this back on, is it also has a 3.5mm jack, which you can plug into either your camera or an audio recorder. There'll be more about that next week, but the point of this is that it allows you to record better quality sound than the inbuilt microphone in the cameras on the camera. So last week you saw the review of the Zoom H1, which is an audio recorder, whereas this is just a microphone. So by itself, there is no way, it has no purpose unless you have something to plug it into, and you can either choose to plug it into the camera, which will greatly improve the sound quality because it will replace the camera's crappy microphones, or you can plug it into an audio recorder, a separate device that has an SD card, for example the Zoom H1, which will mean it will have even better quality. So just to be clear that it's a microphone, which means that it's a standalone piece of kit, and you need to plug it into something for it to work, but it does still take power. So the general idea of this is that I have the microphone here. You can see it sort of looks more like your average shotgun microphone when you see that. On the back it has 3 switches. At the moment it's set to off, but it also has it on, and this other one which is either a low cut or high pass frequency, one of those two. Haven't really tried it out, but yes. So we have the door for the battery and the battery inside. It takes a 9-volt battery, and then this contraption on the bottom is a shock mount, which the idea is that it's suspended by elastic bands. It has eight little elastic bands, and then that means that they will absorb the vibrations that may be produced when you're holding a boom pole or if you're holding the camera. Because without this, if you were to just hold the microphone like this, or say if it was mounted on a boom pole, then the vibrations would be passed through onto the microphone and picked up, because sound is vibrations, so it's very sensitive to that. So what these do is they absorb some of those vibrations. So it's pretty stable, but you can see it does mean it has a bit of wobble to it. And then on the bottom here you have a mount that goes on your hot shoe. Obviously there's no power going to it, but it allows you to attach it to the top of the camera or to anything that has a hot shoe mount, whether that's your rig or boom pole. And then the other thing is you can take this off. If I just get a screwdriver, the other thing you can do is you can take this off, which will reveal the 1/4" thread, which is on the back here. With this on, you cannot reach the 1/4" thread, but then you could put any quick release plate on, and then it also has a 3/8 one, which is more standard for boom poles. However, I would recommend that you get the pistol grip, which allows you to attach it via the cold shoe mount onto, and then on the bottom of the pistol grip it has a 3/8 mount, which is great for your boom pole, because then, I don't know, on the back here it seems kind of unstable, and also it means that this thread is very, you only need to spin it about twice, and it looks kind of weak, so I'd recommend using that, and I'll talk about that more next week when I'm talking about audio setup and accessories. So while this microphone does put out outstanding quality, the the best thing about it, I think, is that it's a shotgun microphone, which means that the point at which it is most sensitive is directly in front of it, whereas a microphone used for recording music may not have such a direct point at which the sound quality is best. It may just it will pick up all around it. Basically what this means is that you put it on a boom pole and you can point it right at your subject, and then it will focus on them talking, the sound of their voice, and everything around it, everything that's not pointing at, will be quieter, which means that your background noise, your ambient noise, whatever you want to call it, stuff that's happening in the background, will be quieter, which is usually what you'd want. So in terms of the sound quality, I'm not an expert in audio. I haven't got the best ear, but after doing some tests of all the different combinations of using this and my Zoom H1, I'll put a annotation so you can watch that video, but after looking at all the different combinations, it's very clear that this plugged into the Zoom H1 is the best quality. So the way that this works is this is a kind of a part of a set, I would say. If you want to get the best quality, it's not a question of which microphone do you buy, it's a question of which microphone do you buy and which audio recorder do you buy, and then all the accessories as well. So I'll kind of be going over this a bit more next week, but although I think this is a great microphone, it's not the only thing you need. You need to have a kind of full set. You know, it's one of the players in the team, you could say. So based on my level of understanding audio, I think this is a great microphone for the price. The functionality is all there. It has a hot shoe mount. It is a directional shotgun mic, which is great, and the quality is, from what I can tell, very good. It's pretty good at eliminating background noise, and it's crisp, you know, especially when plugged into the Zoom H1. It's not phantom powered, which is great for my camera, and you know, people may say that XLR is the way to go, and that's true, but for me, again, it's like, well, do I really need it? For me, if I wanted XLR, then I have to get a juiced link box or H4n, which just racks the price up even more. So for a kind of starting kit for the price, I would say this is a great microphone. As far as my ear can tell, it's very good quality, but I'm sure, you know, if you want to spend 4 times as much money, you could get better stuff, but that's just the way it is. So I think this is a great microphone for someone who either doesn't have a microphone at all, and is using the inbuilt microphone in the camera, or even if you just have some very cheap microphone, then this is definitely a good way to start. It's relatively cheap, and for that price, I think it's the best thing out there. And it's the sort of thing where if later on you do want to upgrade, then you can very easily just, you know, I can imagine this living on the top of my camera, plugged in, to replace the sound quality from the original camera, which I can then use this as reference audio to sync up with my really good microphone, which is separate, you know. So it's the sort of thing where, providing it will last, then I can imagine finding uses for it, you know, for years and years. So finally, I'd just like to direct you to my last 2 videos, which have been about audio also, and I've got one of them is a comparison of the different microphones, as I said before, so you can check that out to hear exactly how good this is compared to my other setups. And next week I'm going to be talking about the accessories and how to set up your audio. So boom pole, I'll be talking about that, pistol grip, windshield, and how it all fits together, and the good accessories that you can get. So I'll see you next week.